The Hawaiian Islands, one of the most isolated places on Earth, 2,500 miles from the nearest continental landmass. And it is here that Pele, the Hawaiians' ancient goddess of fire, spews lava from her volcanic lair. When molten rock reaches the sea, trapped gases explode and steam erupts as the lava quickly cools. And so the islands continue to grow. Today, we'll travel to the Hawaiian Islands to explore a remarkable undersea world, Hawaii's Ocean of Fire. We'll venture into submerged lava caverns and tunnels and study some of their unique inhabitants. We'll also examine the rapidly evolving world of the Hawaiian coral reef. Many species of fish and invertebrates on these reefs can be found nowhere else in the world. And finally, we'll visit with some of Hawaii's fascinating pelagic animals, like sea turtles, dolphins, and giant humpback whales. The steep slopes of Kauai, the northernmost island in the Great Hawaiian Chain. Kauai is the oldest island in the archipelago, dominated by dramatic extinct volcanoes over 5 million years old. The youngest island, Hawaii, is the tallest mountain in the world and is still growing. The distance from its snow-capped summit to the bottom of the seafloor is more than 5 miles. The archipelago stretches 1,600 miles across the middle of the world's largest and deepest ocean, the Pacific. There are more than 6,000 species of plants and animals that are found only in Hawaii. The reason for this distinct evolution is the island's extreme isolation. They lie thousands of miles from the nearest continent. And nowhere is this unique evolution more evident than in the sea. Marine animals had to migrate here on ocean currents. Through interbreeding, the islands developed a large number of endemic species. Over 30% of Hawaii's fish species are found nowhere else. In geologic terms, the coral reefs of Hawaii are still very young. Over the millennia, volcanoes formed a base for the reef and the marine life around it. In an instant, coral reefs can be destroyed by lava and debris, and the saga of renewal begins yet again. The coral reef is an important part of island making. The fire goddess lays an igneous foundation, and corals build upon it. Plankton and other creatures eventually come to the reef from the surrounding ocean. Here they settle and colonize. Larger predators and pelagic species are attracted by the smaller animals, and thus a thriving new ecosystem develops. According to legend, Pele is the Hawaiians' powerful goddess of fire. And this is where the fire goddess now resides, the shores of the big island of Hawaii. After traveling from the volcano's summit, lava undergoes a violent transformation as it encounters the cool sea. Trapped gases explode and steam erupts as superheated lava at 2,000 degrees is instantly chilled by 75-degree water. The Hawaiian Islands move on great tectonic plates that pass over a stationary hotspot beneath the planet's crust. The Earth's molten core bursts through into the deep sea, piling up and finally emerging into the air. And that builds land, and so Hawaii continues to grow. As lava runs towards the sea, outer layers cool first, while still molten rock continues to flow, much like fluid through a pipe. And just beneath the water's surface, at the end of the lava's path, lies a submerged landscape of dark tunnels and caves. These vast caverns are now completely filled with water. Centuries of wave action ground up the inner layers of hardened lava into large boulders, loose debris, and eventually into fine particles of black sand. But the outer tunnels and pipes remained. The undersea coastline of Hawaii is riddled with dark, mysterious caverns. The Big Island of Hawaii is the largest and southernmost island in the Hawaiian archipelago. On the southwestern Kona coast, we joined the live-aboard diving vessel, the Kona Aggressor II. Along the southern coast of Hawaii, there is ample evidence of Pele's wrath. Vast rivers of black lava rock run to the water's edge. This is where Hawaii's dramatic undersea world begins. The Hawaiians had many gods and legends about the origins of their people and the creatures that shared their world. One account of creation begins on the reef, where corals became worms, which turned into fish, from which eventually arose man. The moray eel, or puhipaka. Hawaiians say wherever the eel lives, there will be few small fish. Fearsome-looking predators, moray eels are mostly shy, retiring animals that lead secretive lives. With mouths wide open and sharp canine teeth exposed, morays, like this viper eel, certainly look dangerous. They actually keep their mouths open to breathe, taking in water and expelling it from their gills. In the Hawaiian creation myth, there is one animal that is considered an evolutionary climax. Kamaloa, the octopus. Octopuses have complex brains. For a lowly invertebrate, they are highly intelligent, perhaps even as smart as a house cat, as some scientists believe. This specimen exhibits two distinct forms of mobility. Crawling along the bottom, it shuffles its arms like feet. When disturbed or frightened, it must move quicker. By expelling water forcefully, it virtually flies along the seafloor. For this magnificent manta ray, more than 10 feet wide, plankton clouds, attracted by our boat's lights, are a living soup. It flies through the plankton in a looping motion, scooping in huge mouthfuls of the tiny animals. The ancient Hawaiians called the manta lupe, the same as the word for kite. To the early Hawaiians, only the volcano was more powerful than the shark. The shark, like the volcano, was a force of both destruction and new life. It was a symbol of fertility and the final repository of the soul. The shark was Pele's brother. In the island's caverns and lava tunnels, white-tip reef sharks rest after a night of feeding. The monumental battle between fire and water has been fought wherever volcanoes exist near the sea. Vast underwater caves were sculpted by the flowing lava. These were once mighty rivers of rushing molten rock. The walls of the caverns are now encrusted with life. All manner of creatures now reside in the dark recesses of the lava tunnels. Shrimp, crabs, and other crustaceans eke out a living in perpetual darkness. Equipped with sharp claws, a hermit crab climbs a wall in search of food. This crab carries a sponge on its back to disguise itself from predators. A parrotfish sleeps in a self-made cocoon of saliva. The mucus hides the scent of the parrotfish from marauding predators like the moray eel. A cowrie folds a prickly mantle over its beautiful shell. Pufferfish with large, saucer-like eyes, roam about the cavern's entrance. A large conger eel retreats into a dark crevice, surrounded by dozens of shrimp. Taking shelter from the open ocean, the lava cavern's residents find respite from the turbulent seas of Hawaii's rugged coastline. Hawaii's coral reefs are remarkable examples of nature's resiliency. Soon after a volcanic eruption, colonization begins anew, and life continues. Lava is not the only killer of the coral reef. The crown-of-thorns sea star has a voracious appetite. It slowly crawls across the reef, digesting coral polyps within the folds of its reversible stomach. Its spines carry a toxic venom that can cause a predator or diver a great deal of discomfort. In Hawaii's extreme isolation, over 100 species of fish have evolved that are found nowhere else in the world. Bicolored anthias begin life as females. As the need arises, certain females change sex. Males may preside over a harem of dozens of females. The convict tang is so named for its conspicuous stripes. Millet seed butterfly fish swarm en masse, feasting on algae and tiny invertebrates. The frogfish, a master of disguise, is an ambush predator that lies in wait for careless fish to pass by. In addition to nurturing smaller marine animals, Hawaii is a stopover for larger migratory and pelagic species. An oasis in a vast, empty Pacific, Hawaii is a welcome respite from the open ocean. In the winter months, humpback whales from the North Pacific come here to mate and rear their young. The whale's migration to Hawaii is an epic of distance and time. They travel thousands of miles from the cold northern waters of Alaska and British Columbia. The young whales thrive in the relatively calm, warm water of the islands. Other cetaceans, like bottlenose and spinner dolphins, take up permanent residence around the islands. Spinner dolphins are smaller than the bottlenose and travel in much larger groups. Humpback whales and dolphins are only two of many species of cetaceans that migrate here or live permanently around the islands. green sea turtles frequent the shallow reefs surrounding the islands. Although an endangered species, the green sea turtle seems to thrive in Hawaiian waters. They can be found resting on the bottom or under rocky ledges. Because it cannot clean its own carapace, the turtle must rely on hungry neighbors to keep its shell free of algae and parasites. The undersea world of the Hawaiian Islands is at a crossroad. An ever-increasing human population and a high demand for the island's fish products has begun to affect the marine ecosystem. Many of Hawaii's unique species of plants and animals on land have become endangered or extinct because of human settlement. Under the water, fish traps and nets are increasingly coming up empty as stocks are diminished. Although these seas can withstand and recover from Pele's continued onslaught, it still remains to be seen whether they can survive the most traumatic of evolutionary events: the arrival of man.